Miami. We're here for a client presentation. We've been hard at work designing this awesome new house for our clients. And now we brought everything with us. Samples, designer, me, everything to show the clients the whole thing. So a lot of pressure because it's right after a holiday, so we couldn't get in last night. We're going straight into the office, which is a sister office space of the building that we office in Dallas. So a lot of behind the scenes work, making sure everything is prepared for us when we get there, and that the presentation goes smoothly. So we're over here trying to figure out where we're going. But this should be fun. Struggle is real right now. Clients will be here any minute. We are dealing with technical difficulties to get our presentation on the screen. So as we go through, troubleshooting the technology, we sweat. You need to, right here, and you can see the fire. Okay guys, let's do a recap of yesterday, since yesterday was a bit hectic preparing for the presentation and so much was going on. We had so many balls up in the air. Let me give you a quick recap. Okay, so we met with the clients after we got settled in the new office. We got all the samples out. We were short on time, but we got it all together. The clients loved everything, which is the best part of the job, is whenever you're going so fast and you spend so much time planning something that you start questioning yourself, and then you present to the clients and you see the sparkle in their eyes when they really love everything and see how it all comes together. It's their home, right? They've been seeing it unfinished. They've been living in there without being completely functional. So it was the first time they really got to see what their future is going to look like once everything's done. So it was a lot of fun. It was pretty hectic, but we got it all done. All good news from here on out. To get a little bit more specific, whenever we presented to the client, we did a presentation of the design concept. So we showed them the 2D design, which had pictures of all the items that go in that space. Then we showed them the samples of each one of those items, so they got to feel, touch, and really see how things went together. That's a fun process because you can see the clients just kind of look at this board where it looks like things go together, but they don't really know where it goes or how it's going to fit their space. Then they start to get excited when they start to feel, how soft the rug is and how pretty the fabric looks. And, perhaps they don't love the tile, but they start to question, okay, maybe I'm open to this, maybe I'm not. So you can see the wheels turning in their head, and it was a really fun process to see that. Then the best part, we get to walk them through the space in a 3D rendering. And you can really see their eyes open up and the smiles on their face when they start to understand how all those pieces are going to come together and how it's going to exactly look like in their space. And that's why we really, really do believe in doing 3D renders with the exact items that are going to go in their space. So it eliminates a lot of questions. It makes it easier for us to show the client that it's really going to look good. It requires less trust on their part, and it makes our job easier. So that was a lot of fun. The best part, the VR experience. So this is something that's a little newer that we're doing. We present to all the clients from now on. Whenever we do a 3D render, we will also present virtual reality. So after hours really of going through each space, we went through the entry, the living room, the exterior, the backyard, the kitchen, all the items that we put together, all the changes that we're suggesting with construction, with furniture, accessories, art, so many things. And then to see them take a deep breath, put the goggles on, and really experience, turn around, look up, look back, and really get to see the whole space put together. It was a lot of fun. So when we came to Miami, we came with the intention of visiting a couple of showrooms that we work with all the time that are not represented in Dallas at all. So we only get to see them at High Point Market or some of the other markets around the country. And their biggest showrooms are here in Miami. I'm noticing that they are not in the Miami Design District, so we're gonna plan our routes to go see those at a later time today. But some really exciting ones that are in the Miami Design District that we will be visiting is BB Italia. They do have a showroom in Dallas, but it's nice to see what other products they might have here. Polyform is another big one. Let's see, Ornare. We always source cabinetry, especially for kitchens and closets at Ornare. And again, we have them in Dallas, but we want to see what they have here in Miami. Another one we're really excited about seeing is Armani Casa. There isn't a showroom in Dallas. There's a few vendors that represent them, but we never get to see the whole collection together. The last time I went to visit the showroom was in New York, and I would say it was about 4 years ago. So it's been quite a while, and I'm noticing that they're here. So that will be fun. And then there's quite a few others. So I'm excited to get our hands on this product, get our eyes on this product as we prepare for this Miami project, but also to source for our other projects in Dallas. And I met her, she was like, when you're in Miami, let me know and I can give you a walk. Here I am. Recap day 2 of this trip. We had a really successful day of sourcing, visiting different showrooms. We've been scoping the Miami Design District to find vendors that we can leverage for the project that we're doing here in Miami, and to also take advantage of the fact that they have completely different items on the floor than the showrooms that they have represented in Dallas. So it's going to be great for our clients back home as well. First showroom we got to see is called Solesdi. It's the most beautiful showroom I've seen in a long time. They carry one of our favorite brands. That's a high-end luxury Italian brand called Henge. They do the most beautiful custom metal, stone, sculptural pieces that are one of a kind, and we really were excited about seeing what the Miami showroom had here in terms of their Henge collection, and they did not disappoint. We also got to see some of their outdoor lines that are Henge adjacent or Henge sister brands, and we saw some really beautiful finishes that are both indoor and outdoor rated, so that we can bring that on to some of our projects here, for the project here in Miami, and one of the big projects that we have in Dallas as well. As soon as we wrapped up at Solesdi, we went across the street and made our way to the Minotti showroom. They had a large showroom with lots of upholstery and case goods that were in the same modern, clean aesthetic that we admire so much. They're a little bit more of a classic modern, and we got to see a whole lot of their collection because of the size of the showroom. They had different configurations of the sofas and the chairs and things that we typically wouldn't see in a smaller showroom back in Dallas, so that was exciting as well. next two showrooms we got to visit were really exciting for me in particular, being Brazilian, because they're both Brazilian owned and produced. One being Ornare, which is a cabinetry, kitchen cabinetry and closet vendor that we use all the time. We specify their most beautiful customizable cabinets back in Dallas, and we are excited to see the showroom here in Miami as well. They didn't disappoint. We got to see so much more here than we have in Dallas, because they have different finishes on the floor, they have different configurations, so we got to see things that we see in the catalog but never got to see in person, so that was super exciting as well. Then we got to go visit Roberta Schilling. Now, Roberta is a Brazilian designer and a curator. She goes back to Brazil and she sources furniture from Brazilian designers, from Brazilian manufacturers, from antique shops and accessories, art, furniture, the most beautiful stuff that has a lot of Brazilian influence, and I really, really love that. I was surprised to get there and find her, so that was super fun to get to catch up with her, hugs and kisses, and she rolled out the red carpet for us. Her and her staff really gave us the best welcome and allowed us to dive into the warehouse and get to play with all the things that they have in stock right now. We got to visit the Camrich showroom that's here in Miami, and come to find out there's more than one. So we went to two different Camrich showrooms. We've been specifying a lot of their upholstered goods. We've seen them in High Point at the market, and we got to see a little bit of their collection there. We love the quality, we love their furniture, but we were really excited to see some of the bigger showrooms here where they had different configurations of the sofa. They had displays of the new collection, and we got to speak with the representatives that were there that were super, super helpful, that got to answer our questions, that told us what the shipping lead times are right now, which is a little different than what it typically is. And we got to visit with them. It was really, really fun. We also got to visit the Modloft showroom, and actually this is the only showroom they have here in the US, is the one in Miami. So when we knew we were coming to visit our clients here and that we were going to be scoping out the Miami showrooms for additional items for this project, we knew we were going to go to Modloft. Now, Modloft has kind of taken off on the online space. We see a lot of beautiful pieces online, but you don't get to see everything from a picture online. So it's awesome to go in the showroom and touch, feel, play with the furniture, know how it sits, know the texture of the items and the comfort level of the sofas and the temperature of the lighting and all the little details that you don't get to see online. And it was almost like a little surprise. Every corner we took, we recognized a piece, but we found something different that we didn't know was there, like reeded panels on some of the cabinet fronts, channels on some of the wood pieces. So it was really fun to see that too. Which brings me to a really good point, right? We're talking about Modloft and how, it was different seeing the pieces in person and how we caught so much more details that we didn't see from pictures online or from catalogs. And that's really important for us designers, to make the time to travel, to visit these showrooms, even if the showroom is not in our immediate location, right? That's why we go to High Point Market. Like Camrich, for example, they are based out of Washington. It would have really been difficult for us to get to experience that merchandise if we didn't make the time to travel and meet with these vendors one-on-one and see the product firsthand, because our clients are trusting us to pick the right product for them, and we wouldn't know if we didn't get to physically sit on it, physically see the mechanisms and how smooth does it really operate and how soft the fabric really is and all of the little details. It's really, really important, and that's why we do what we do. Well, guys, that about wraps it up. We had a successful trip to Miami. We had an awesome presentation with our clients. We got to source from our vendors. We know exactly where we're going to be sourcing from as we wrap up this project, as we get this project into implementation. We're excited to share more. So make sure that you follow and you like and you stay tuned.